Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Monday, April 3rd, 2023. Welcome to day 804. The Justice Department obtained new evidence in the Mar-a-Lago documents case that suggests potential obstruction by Trump. Federal investigators have reportedly gathered new evidence that boxes containing classified material were moved from Mar-a-Lago storage areas after the subpoena from the DOJ was served, and that Trump personally examined some of those boxes and documents. The additional evidence is based on witness statements, security camera footage, and emails and text messages from a former Trump aide. Meanwhile, Dominion Voting Systems' $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit against Fox News will go to trial following a ruling by Superior Court Judge Eric Davis, who said it was crystal clear that none of the allegations made by Fox hosts and guests in the weeks after the election were true. Fox News had argued that the First Amendment protected the comments and opinions made on air that alleged the election had somehow been stolen. Judge Davis said it appears oxymoronic to call the statements opinions while also asserting that the statements are newsworthy allegations and/or substantially accurate reports of official proceedings. The trial is expected to begin mid-April. Moving on, Ron DeSantis signed legislation that would allow Florida residents to carry a concealed loaded weapon without a permit. The new law will allow anyone who can legally own a gun in Florida to carry one without a permit. No training or background checks will be required to carry concealed guns in public. The governor signed the bill in a private ceremony in his office with only the bill's sponsors, legislative leaders, and gun rights activists, including the NRA. Florida is the 26th state to pass some form of permitless carry legislation. The new law takes effect on July 1st. Meanwhile, millions of Americans are at risk of losing their Medicaid coverage as the COVID-19 public health emergency safety net comes to an end. The Department of Health and Human Services estimates that 15 million people, roughly 1 in 6 people on Medicaid, will lose their Medicaid insurance. Nearly half of those who lose coverage will be Black or Hispanic. During the public health emergency, states were required to keep people on Medicaid, but as of Saturday, that ended, and states can now begin removing people from the government health insurance rolls. Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Idaho, Iowa, New Hampshire, Ohio, Oklahoma, and West Virginia are all expected to start their disenrollment process this month. And finally, Donald Trump arrived in New York to surrender himself to authorities for his arraignment on hush money charges. Trump is the first sitting or former U.S. president in history to be indicted after a Manhattan grand jury voted to formally accuse him of a crime related to his role in the hush money payment to Stormy Daniels during the 2016 campaign. Trump will be arraigned, fingerprinted, and photographed around 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. The indictment itself, which describes the exact charges filed against Trump, is also expected to be unsealed on Tuesday. Trump is facing multiple charges of falsifying business records, including at least one felony offense. He wrote on his personal social media platform, "Witch hunt as our once great country is going to hell." And in the polls, CNN says 62% of Americans approve of the Trump indictment, while 38% disapprove. Among Democrats, 94% approve, while 79% of Republicans disapprove. And Yahoo News says 57% of Republicans prefer Trump over Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for the party's 2024 presidential nomination, his largest ever lead over DeSantis, who only got 31%. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.